Morning, all. All right, so we've just got the 5 games tonight. The games start a little later. It also ends a little later, so and yeah, the previews go up a little later in the mornings after I've had a late night than they do when the night's done relatively early. Strange how that works. So, starting at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, the Chicago Blackhawks in against the Winnipeg Jets. We've got a team who has pretty good goal scoring numbers against a team that allows a lot of goals. So, we'll see how this one turns out tonight. The matchups between these teams, there will be two more after tonight, December 29th, as well as March 20th. Again, today we have 5 matchups that have not happened yet this year. These are the first times these teams have met each other. So, for the 1-8-2 Blackhawks, 2.27 goals per game, 3.82 goals against per game. Those numbers are kind of ugly, and that's understandable when your team's 1-8-2. For Winnipeg, we're 5-2-2. 3.44 goals for per game, 3.22 goals against per game. The goals against is a little higher than they would want it to be, but the overall numbers are still, pretty much in their favor at 5-2-2. Then at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific, we have the New York Rangers in against the Edmonton Oilers. The Rangers are 6-2-2 on the season, so good numbers. Very similar to the Winnipeg Jets, except their games are lower scoring. And the Oilers 8-1 on the season. They've been off to a fantastic start. So this is a really good test for the Rangers, coming off of a tough overtime loss against Vancouver. The next matchup between these teams will be January 3rd. So the Rangers, 2.4 goals per game, 2.2 goals against per game. On the Oilers side, 4.22 goals per game versus 2.56 goals against per game. So they're not allowing a lot of goals, and they're scoring a ton. It's tough to beat that. So the Edmonton Oilers off to an excellent start. Then at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, the Nashville Predators in against the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver coming off of an emotional victory. JT Miller putting the exclamation point on what Thatcher Demko's blockerless save started. So now they have to show that they can carry that over, right? So there will be 2 more matchups between Nashville and Vancouver. Both of them will be in Nashville. Those will be January 18th and February 1st. The 5-5 Nashville Predators, 2.7 goals scored per game, 2.9 goals against per game. On the Vancouver side, they're scoring 2.4 goals per game. They're allowing 2.6. So their goals against has been fine. Their goals for, they need to start generating more scoring than what they are. That's a problem. Then also at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, no, I don't expect Arizona to win tonight. However, I do have the Hockey Fights Cancer jersey for Arizona, and I think it looks fantastic. Not all of them look really, really nice, but the Arizona one I think looks good. And I kind of hope on some level if Amelka plays tonight and that he gets a win. 0-9-1 for Arizona, 4-4-3 for Anaheim, who are suddenly relevant in a playoff chase. Yeah, it's early, but still being relevant in a playoff chase has to feel good for them. These teams will meet 2 more times, December 17th as well as April 1st. So Arizona's scoring 1.3 goals per game. That's it. They're allowing 4.1. Arizona absolutely annihilated their offense in the offseason on purpose, and it shows, and it's kind of hard to watch at times. The Anaheim Ducks, 3.18 goals per game for them, 3.09 goals against per game. So Anaheim is scoring more than expected. They're also probably allowing a little bit more than was expected. Their games are fun to watch. I've been saying that, and I find it remarkable because over the previous 2 seasons, Anaheim games were a tough watch. This year, they're fun to watch. Then at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, the LA Kings at home against the New Jersey Devils. So for New Jersey, 4-3-1 record on the season. For the Kings, 4-5-1 is their record. The Devils, 2.63 goals for per game versus 3 goals against per game. LA's right there with them, 2.6 goals per game versus 2.9 goals against per game. The second and final meeting of the season between these teams will be January 23rd in New Jersey. So some interesting matchups tonight, especially I think the Rangers and the Oilers. That could very well be game of the night material right there. Although Arizona and Anaheim might be a lot of fun. And there could be a bunch of goals in that Chicago matchup with Winnipeg because Chicago desperately needs wins. And Winnipeg, they've had some high-scoring games in there. So we'll see if tonight's is that kind of game as well. But let me know your winners in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.